All right. Hello, everybody. Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Good morning. We have news for Pokemon Pocket. A new set is here already, which I don't think anybody saw coming. We have a new set. We have ranked information. Let's start getting into it. I recorded this whole video yesterday about ranked. It doesn't matter. Let's get into it right here. Shining Revelry is the new pack. Releasing, by the way, next week. I'll be gone. I'll be in Japan. I'll be in the sky when this drops. I'm not jealous or mad at all. Hold on. All right, well, I'll go through it, and then we'll look at every Pokemon. We've got Pachirisu, Lucario. We were wondering when the shinies were going to come. This is A to B. Charizard EX. Lucario EX. Pachirisu, Wiglet, Varoom. So we've got Revavroom. Oh my gosh, we got a lot. Tetsugiri's here, Sprigatito, Pinsir, Red is here, Iono. It's Gen 9. It's a lot of Gen 9 in here. All right, let's take a look at it. Also, we have information about Ranked, which I'll talk about later in this video. I have a bigger video coming out about Ranked that I'll add some information to, but let's kind of break some of this down, shall we? Just little bits by bits here. So we can see they still have backs of cards. This is a really good video. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. New sets are so exciting, man. Okay, holy. We see Iono here. I think that's red. I'm like trying to like bounce around and see what we see as the cards explode out. There's the Charizard up at the top left, Lucario. We see multiple Chars, Wiglet. Okay, it looks like they're trying to not show too many right here. Somebody was back there. Tatsugiri. I'm slowing it down. This is my JFK. This is the conspiracy I need to solve. What's under the pyramids? Who cares? What's in this pack? All right. Shining Revelry. We got Char. They showed Char first. It had like 2 attacks. Stoke. Take 3 fire energy from your energy. Wow. And this is the 2 shiny rarity, by the way. We see it on the card there. We were wondering when this rarity was going to hit the game. This is a 2-star shiny rarity of this card. Okay, so Stoke gives you the ability when you have 1 energy on, next turn you will have 4, and then the following turn you could attack with Steam Artillery. So this is a Charizard that powers itself up, but it's going to need to be in the active spot for a turn. Still weak to water with a 3 retreat cost, 180 HP, and it evolves, you know, obviously from Charmeleon. I have to assume they're going to have a Charmeleon in this line, but I'm not sure, right? Lucario EX, 150 HP. Obviously, we don't have a Lucario EX, but we do have Lucario. Aura Sphere. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So for 3 fighting energy, you can do 100 damage plus 30 to your opponent's bench. It's weak to Psychic with a 2 retreat cost. That's pretty sweet. Right? I like that. I went back too far. I'm sorry. Did Lucario not have the rarity? Oh, it did have the rarity. It just kind of like, yeah, the way you move it, it kind of it shows it differently. All right. Here we go. Pachirisu, Plasma. Take a lightning energy from your zone and do something with it and attach it to one of your lightning benched Pokemon. Interesting. So this is a Pachirisu that just charges up your bench. Revavroom has Headbutt doing 10 damage for metal energy. Weak to fire. Pachirisu weak to fighting. Spring Out from Wiglet. If your opponent's Pokemon... boy. If your opponent's Pokemon is something, do 50 damage to it, I think it says. Or is it do 10? If your opponent's Pokemon exists, I honestly can't read it. I wish I could. I'm trying to. Oh, is it too? I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying with Wiglet. Tatsugiri, retreat directive. Your active Dondozo has no retreat cost. All right, so obviously we would assume this with Tatsugiri coming to the game, but Dondozo is coming, and it has 0 retreat cost when paired with Tatsugiri, who is a 1-star card, but it is not a 1-star shiny card. Obviously, this is not a shiny version, but it's just interesting to note that we're going to have 1-star cards in the set. We're going to have 2-star shiny cards in the set. I don't know if that means we'll also have 2-star versions of Lucario and Char, maybe full art that aren't shiny, right? Pincer, Guillotine Rush. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 40 more damage for each heads. Okay, it's kind of a classic Pokemon like that. They don't seem to be very good, unfortunately. It does 50 damage, but you need 3 energy on it. Every once in a while, you could do an absurd amount of damage, but for the most part, you can't do much. Sprigatito, 60 HP grass, cry for help. Put a random grass Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Interesting. That's insanely powerful. So at the end of your turn, when you like start Sprigatito, you have, I mean, you obviously are going to run comms in this deck, right? Start Sprigatito, you have a huge likelihood of grabbing something, depending on how your deck's built, like Florgato and Meowscarada, right? Which is pretty big. Red. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do plus 20 damage. Oh, boy. It's Geo, but for EX Pokemon. Oh, this sets up so many good breakpoints. Wow, plus 20 damage to your opponent's active. Arceus loves this card, by the way. It goes from doing 130 to your opponent's active EX to 150. Wow. What a good supporter. I mean, that's insane. What's Iono? Each player shuffles the cards, their hand into their deck, and then draws that many cards. Okay. I mean, that's a really good card. You could reshuffle a huge hand you have, especially if it's garbage. You might get your opponent to reshuffle something nice, but you could really get out of a bad, like, stuck hand with Iono. Man. March 27th, Shining Revelry will be available. I'll be trying to cover as much of it as I can, but I will be in Japan next week. Pocket did this on purpose. While we're at it, though, I'd like to talk to you guys about a ranked announcement that they made on their press site right here. So they talk about Shining Revelry. In addition, from April 1st, players will be able to obtain a Shining Charizard themed display board and binder to show off their decks. We talk about beyond Shining Revelry, it will introduce trainers from Scarlet and Violet, including charming illustrations of Tatsugiri, Sprigatito, and Iono. To celebrate the launch, and players can participate in new starter missions on Saturday, April 26th. Players can compete in-game missions to receive their deck ticket that they can exchange for one of 9 starter decks. Once a starter deck is chosen, 20 cards will be included in the player's card collection. So it's a way to give you more cards, especially for newer players coming to the game, right? And then we have ranked matches. Ranked matches will soon be launching. The first season will feature Shining Revelry and be available from March 27th at 11 p.m. Pacific to April 26th at 11. So our first season of Ranked is official. It launches next week and it lasts for just about 1 month, right? Almost exactly like a month. In ranked matches, trainers can battle against players of similar skill levels from around the world and receive emblems based on their end-of-season rank to display on their player profile. So much news, new set. No, I had no clue it was coming. Everyone was like, it's April 30th. It's April 30th. Well, there was one April 30th, but apparently there's one next freaking week. Let's go. Save your hourglasses. Tell your dad. And Ranked is dropping at the same time. What a time to be alive. Thank you, everybody. I love you, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm going to see if they can move it back. Just some, get back from Japan. Yeah, I'll see if they move it back. We'll see. They might move it back for me.